Generation Z, people born roughly between 1997 and 2012, are not just another age group in society. They are the generation that grew up between two worlds, the fading past of slow, offline life, and the explosive rise of the digital age. This mix shaped them into something new, sharp, fast-thinking, emotionally aware, and impossible to control. You can spot them easily. Unlike millennials, who still remember life without smartphones, Gen Z has been online since childhood. Unlike Generation X, who learned to adapt to technology, Gen Z was raised by it. And unlike boomers, who believe respect comes with age, Gen Z believes respect must be earned through actions, honesty, and fairness. They challenge old rules because they see how quickly the world can change, and they refuse to stay behind. They don't trust authority. Not automatically. Not blindly. If a rule doesn't make sense, they question it. If something feels unfair, they expose it. They are the generation that looks adults in the eye and says, "Why should I listen to you if you don't listen to me?" To older generations, this sounds rude. To Gen Z, it is simply logic. But their rebellion is not born from arrogance, it's born from awareness. They grew up seeing crises, inequality, climate problems, economic instability, and social injustice every day on their screens. They saw adults make mistakes, lie, argue, and break promises. So they learned early that authority is not always right. Still, this generation is not just about breaking rules. They also carry powerful strengths. Gen Z values freedom, diversity, and justice more than any group before them. They are open to different cultures and identities because they grew up seeing them everywhere, in online communities, on social platforms, in global conversations. For them, equality is not a dream or a political slogan. It is the only normal way the world should work. They're highly emotional and often anxious, yes. But that sensitivity gives them a deep understanding of themselves and others. They talk openly about mental health, something older generations feared or avoided. They believe that showing your true feelings is not weakness, it is courage. Gen Z rebels against empty traditions, but they protect honesty. They refuse to obey power, but they follow people who are real. They don't want to destroy the world. They want to rebuild it so it finally makes sense. They are the generation that asks tough questions, breaks invisible walls, and doesn't apologize for being themselves. A generation that pushes forward even when the world tries to hold them back. They are not here to fit in, they are here to redefine what it means to live free. Generation Z has a special way of learning and living, and sometimes older people don't understand it. For Gen Z, learning does not happen only in classrooms. In fact, a classroom often feels too slow for them. They grew up in a world where answers are always just one click away. If they want to know something, they don't wait for a teacher, they search, watch, explore, and find the information themselves. They learn from short videos, fast tutorials, online courses, and social media pages. They like information that is simple, clear, and useful. Long lectures and boring books feel like another century to them. They want to learn by doing, by trying, by creating. They want education that feels alive. And the way they communicate is completely different from older generations. For Gen Z, communication is fast, direct, visual, and emotional. They speak through memes, emojis, videos, voice messages, and short texts. To older people it may look strange or too quick, but for Gen Z it is normal, it is their language. They can say more with one emoji than with 10 sentences. But even though they talk a lot online, they don't always feel confident in real life. The digital world is easy to enter but hard to escape. Many Gen Z people feel pressure to look perfect, to succeed early, to always stay updated, to answer fast, to be active, to be interesting. This constant pressure creates anxiety. They worry about their future, about their image, about their choices. They want to be strong, but inside they often feel tired. Technology gives them freedom, but it also creates dependence. Many of them can't imagine life without their phone. The screen is their friend, teacher, mirror, and window to the world. But sometimes this window becomes a trap. They compare their lives to the perfect pictures they see online. They think they should live faster, achieve more, look better. This creates stress, fear, and a feeling that they are not enough. Still, Gen Z has strong sides that help them deal with these problems. They are creative, incredibly creative. They can turn a simple idea into a project, a video, a movement. They are brave enough to share their thoughts with thousands of people. They use the internet not only for fun but also to speak about important things: fairness, mental health, freedom, climate, equality. They want to change the world, not just watch it. They love individuality. They want to be different, not copies. They don't hide their style or personality. They try new things, new hobbies, new jobs, new ways of living. They don't follow one path, they create their own. But with all their strength, Generation Z still carries a heavy backpack of emotions. They want to be free, but they fear making mistakes. They want to be unique, but they worry people won't accept them. They want to move fast, but sometimes life feels too heavy. They are a generation full of fire, ideas, questions, and contradictions. A generation that lives not only in the real world, but also in the digital one, trying every day to balance both. Generation Z can seem difficult to understand. They move fast, think differently, and do not follow old rules. But finding a connection with them is possible, and even powerful, if you understand who they really are. The first thing to know is this: Gen Z hates fake communication. If you speak to them like you are reading from a script, they stop listening. If you use authority to control them, they shut down. They want honest, direct, human conversations. They want to be treated as equal partners, not as children who must obey. To connect with Gen Z, you need to listen first, speak second. They want to feel heard. They want to feel that their ideas matter. If you show real interest, they open up fast. But if you judge them or try to force your view, they build walls immediately. Another important thing: Gen Z likes freedom. Not chaos, not disrespect, but the freedom to choose, to express, to try. They do not want someone else's dream. They want to build their own. So instead of giving strict instructions, it's better to offer options, guidance, or support. They grow best when they are trusted. They also appreciate clarity. They get lost in long speeches and complicated explanations. They prefer short, clear messages, simple words, simple rules, simple steps. This is not because they are lazy. It's because they process information differently, fast, visually, emotionally. To build understanding, it's also important to respect their world, the digital one. For Gen Z, the internet is not just a tool. It is a part of their identity. They make friends there, learn there, relax there, sometimes even work there. If you laugh at this or say, real life is only offline, they feel misunderstood. But if you try to learn their tools, platforms, and trends, they appreciate it. Now let's talk about their character, both good and bad traits. On the good side, Generation Z is incredibly creative. They can turn problems into ideas and ideas into projects. They are open-minded and kind to people who are different. They fight for justice, for truth, and for mental health. They care deeply about the world and want to make it better. They are brave enough to speak about things older generations kept silent. But they have weaknesses too. Gen Z can be impatient, they expect fast answers, fast success, fast results. They can be too emotional, reacting quickly before thinking. They sometimes reject advice because they want to learn everything alone. And they can be overconfident online but insecure in real life, hiding their fear behind a strong image. Still, their flaws come from the same place as their strengths, a desire to be real, to be seen, to be free. So how do you connect with them? You stay honest. You stay open. You stay respectful. You stay human. If you do this, Gen Z will meet you halfway. They will bring their energy, their ideas, their heart. And together, you can build communication that is stronger than age, culture, or experience. Generation Z is not a problem to solve, they are a new voice in the world. And if we learn to understand them, we may discover a better future together.
Did you like the story? Click like, subscribe to the channel, and write a comment with your ideas for new stories. Thank you for watching and practicing English with me. See you in the next video.